Hey, it's Larry Gonzales with your Mortgage Market Minute. Man, we got a lot going on. Before I get too far into this, so please like, comment, subscribe on my YouTube page. Love to have you visit. So where are we at this week? You know my big three: prices, inventory, and rates. Prices, pretty steady. Rates are up. I ain't gonna lie, we'll get into that too. Inventory, actually it's up right now, but we're still not where we were before the pandemic. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today too. Some of the news that came out today, today being Wednesday, mortgage apps, new mortgage applications, they fell to a 25-year low. Not since 1997 have we had as few mortgage applications as we do right now. Another big thing, rates are at 20-year highs. So not since 2002 have mortgage rates been as high, over 7%. All right, so 20-year high on your fixed rate mortgage, 30-year fixed rate conventional mortgage, above 7%. Now where we're at, prices are stable. Last week we had the Honolulu Board of Realtors housing report for the month of September come out, and I was just showing a client today, single family home, January, right, when rates were at 2.25, single family home, median sales price, 1.05 million. All right, September, 1.1 million. So despite interest rates going from 2.25 up to near 7%, median sales price of single family home has gone up. All right, they were at 510 in January, and they're just at 500, just a little over 500 now. I think 502,000. So they've come down a little bit, but relatively, despite going up 7%, all right, median sales price of condos here has stayed steady. All right, and why is that? The prices are stable, and that is because it's inventory. All right, inventory and demand. All right, if houses weren't affordable, people wouldn't be buying them. All right, but every day a home is bought and sold, so they're affordable to somebody. They're affordable to people who aren't giving up. The problem right now is there is no inventory. And let's kind of go to the next point I wanted to make. National Association of Home Builders report came out, and it's a index. It's from 0 to 100, and anything above 50 is expansion. And last month we fell below 50 for the first time in I don't remember, first time in a very long time, and we were at 46. All right. Now, for the month of September, we're actually at 38. All right, this is the lowest the market index has ever read. And the biggest reason, two reasons. One is there's just not enough. There's not enough buyers. Buyers aren't. They're not buying homes right now. Buyer traffic is down. The market index for buyer traffic is 25. Why are you going to build a home if you can't sell it? All right, interest rates are too high. So builders, they're not making money. And unlike 2006, 2007, when the market started to contract, builders are still building. They didn't have any supply issues. They didn't have any labor issues then. They're still building. And then we had this glut of inventory. It's not going to happen now because the builders are not building homes. Speaking of builders, single-family home starts down 18% year over year. Multi-units are actually up 60.5% year over year, although month over month they're down by 13%. But still, multi-units, not necessarily for purchasing, but for renting, because builders are making money off of that, right? Single-family homes are not making money. They still have supply chain issues, so they're slowing their roll. And that makes sense. That's smart for the builder, all right? There's no incentive for them to build more. So what is the impact on not a lot of new homes coming on the market? Actually, this is going to be the first year since 2011 that single-family home starts have declined. All right, so we've been on a steady incline from 2011 in the number of single-family homes being built. All right, it's just not happening. All right, we're going down because of supply chain issues, because of interest rates. All right, so what is the impact of that? Well, our inventory right now of housing is not even near where it was pre-pandemic, all right, before 2020. All right, but every year we're adding 4 million new buyers. They're coming into the market. They're coming into that first-time home buyer. All right, we're not building 2 million homes. We're not even building. I think we're 1.5 million is probably what we're projected. We're not building enough homes. All right. So home prices are continuing to go up. Now, inventory, typically people are selling, but inventory's not going up because people have the term is interest rate lock. Right? Their rate is so low right now that if they were to sell, they'd have nowhere to go. And they're not going to give up that 2 point whatever interest rate to go buy a 7% interest rate. They're going to be paying more for a new mortgage on a smaller home. So they're not selling. They're just sitting tight. They're like, well, we'll see what happens. And you know what? That's not a bad thing, because right now sellers are doing what they haven't done in Hawaii for years, really. And that is give credits, substantial credits to help buyers basically take their home off their hands. And they're still making a ton of money. So here's the other impact, right? As soon as rates come down, and we don't know when that's going to happen. Rates are too high to buy right now. I can't buy. Now's the time to buy. All right? You buy when there's blood in the streets. I didn't make that up. I can't even take credit for it. All right? It's Baron Rothschild from the Battle of Waterloo. All right? In that time. That was literally, there was blood in the streets of France, and he just went in and started buying properties. All right? Everyone else panicked. Everyone else was, there's blood in the streets. He started buying. He was a real estate mogul. All right? Great Depression. Blood in the, technically not blood in the streets, but economically, it was just Great Depression. All right? A lot of people were in a hurt locker. But during that Great Depression time frame, there were more millionaires made, all right, than in any other time in our history. All right? Same thing's happening in a pandemic, in COVID. All right? Over 5 million new millionaires produced during COVID. All right? Why? Because they bought when there's blood in the streets. All right? Again, figuratively, blood in the streets. All right? When everybody else is scared to buy, that's when you buy. When rates go down, guys, dude, everybody who said they're going to wait to buy, they're going to start buying. And the sellers right now who are giving away money to sell their homes, they're not. If they got 40 people, maybe it may not be 40 people again, but they got 10 people put an offer on a home. Do you think they're going to give up their money? No, because they got people who are going to outbid each other like we were doing 6 months ago. Let's talk about the Fed, all right? Because right now we're all worried about what the Fed is going to say. What's the Fed going to do? Well, the Minneapolis Fed chair, Kashkari, he was on the news Wednesday, and he's basically saying, and it's being echoed by Bullard, and I think we won't even talk about Bostic, but certainly, they're all following their leader, Chairman Powell. But they're basically saying, hey, you know what? We're going to get up to 4.75 by the end of the year, which means November and December, 75 basis point Fed funds rate hikes. Okay, because they have not seen any indication of inflation slowing down. They may see a hint here, a hint there, but overall, they're just not seeing inflation come down. Inflation coming down, maybe that's when they take their foot off the gas pedal. All right, just that's the way Larry Gonzales would do it. You can't. As soon as we see inflation come down, you can't take your foot off the gas pedal. But 3 months of this happening, all right, that's probably when they're going to start doing it. They're projecting almost 5% now, within it by by some point in 2023. Stop spending money. All right, we're still spending money. United Airlines, they came out with their quarterly report. They crushed it. Why? People were flying, dude. Red eye. You remember you taking a red eye and you'd have a whole aisle to yourself? Man, you're nuts to butts on the red eye now. All right, it is crazy packed on the red eyes. Dude, people are flying. And the Fed, they want people to stop traveling. And you know what? Here's the thing, and I just saw this one today. People their funds that they saved during the pandemic, they're spending them, and they're starting to run out, and they're starting to use credit cards. All right, and the finish line for them is Christmas. Finish line for them, that last hurrah. I'm gonna go buy my kids all these presents. I'm gonna go take that trip. All right, so I think. And this is just kind of, a mindset. People are seeing, I got to make it to Christmas. I got to be able to enjoy that time with my family. I'm going to spend money. I'm going to go make that trip. This season could be the last hurrah for everybody. After Christmas, maybe is when we start seeing consumer spending really come down. Now, if they're starting to feel the effects from inflation, now they're really starting to feel, and they still have some credit, or they run out of credit, then we might see that stop. But we're such bad managers of credit in the United States. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me if we run our credit up like we traditionally do when we have no money. Prices. Let's talk about prices. Prices are going up. All right. Zillow reported still up. All right. Not a lot, but still up. 14.9% year over year, September. Still pretty high. They project it'll be about 2% the rest of the year. Fannie Mae home price index, they just came out with theirs, up 13.2% year over year. Days on market still low. Again, not a lot of inventory, so there's still enough demand it's keeping houses being sold, and we're not seeing huge drops. Not seeing huge drops yet. We'll see, maybe 8%. If rates get up to 8%, maybe we'll start to see that, but that remains to be seen. So, as a buyer or as a seller, what are you looking at? Seller, it's dependent. Kind of ask the question why. Why are you selling? All right, and probably ask that question a couple times. Really got to dig down. Why are you selling? Do you need to sell? All right. If you don't need to sell, probably don't sell. All right. If you have to sell, then you got to sell. But for a seller, you got to ask that question. All right, and that should determine whether or not you sell. For buyers, I'm telling you, now it's we've got better loan products now, and the fear of a housing crash, that's not going to happen. All right, we're not giving away homes to people who don't qualify. All right, if you don't qualify, you don't buy. All right, it's not like it was back 2008. When we had the housing, or before 2008, when we had the housing crash. All right, it's not the same. All right, if you can afford it, all right, and if you can work, I'm not saying go out and take a 7% interest rate. I personally don't want to do that. All right, I wouldn't do that, and I'm looking to buy, but I would take a rate that was bought down by the seller, who's going to hook me up with some credit, and they're doing that right now. So look at your budget. All right, look at your budget, buyers. Maybe you're not. If you're not buying your forever home, then don't buy your forever home. Buy the home that's going to help get you in your forever home. All right, and don't think you have to make the decision by yourself. All right, I sit down with people all the time, and I talk to them about the benefit of buying, and I always ask why. Why are you going to buy? All right, well, why do you want to buy? All right, I can tell you what you don't want to do is rent. Hey, that's about all I have for you. This is a little different, different place this time, but again, like, comment, subscribe. Love to hear what you're thinking. If you're not in Hawaii, what's it like on the mainland? I got a lot of buddies who are either realtors or lenders on the mainland. Love hearing, love talking to you, and kind of seeing what it's like in your market. But tell you what, market here is still pretty strong. All right, aloha.